Hey, are you feeling overwhelmed by the demand of your real estate business? Maybe you're turning down opportunities because there's just not enough of you to go around. Or perhaps you've even hit a plateau and you're wondering, is this the right time to start a real estate team? Is that the next step for me? Well, you're in the right place because in this video, I'm gonna help you decide if launching a real estate team is the right move for you and your career. And I'm gonna share key insights to set you up for success. So let's jump right in and get started on Should You Grow a Team? Now remember, I'm Isaac with Real Estate CEOs, powered by LPT Realty, and I'm always here giving you the best, most relevant information and all things real estate. So we've got you covered. Let's jump into, if you're thinking about starting a team, you're gonna start here. Now the first step in deciding whether to build a real estate team is actually recognizing the signs that it's time to scale. Now, here's a few indicators that you got to watch for. Number one, you've hit the ceiling of personal production. Are you working, 60 plus hours a week and struggling to balance client demands and feeling like there's no way to grow without burning out, like burning the candle at both ends? Well, that's a sign that you've actually maxed out your capacity as a solo agent. Number two, you're turning away business. If leads are slipping through the cracks, or you're saying no to new clients because you just don't really have the bandwidth, or you're having to outsource it to other people, it's time to consider leverage. Your quality of service is declining is the third challenge. When you're stretched too thin, it's hard to deliver that white glove service that sets you apart and that your clients probably have come to expect. So a team can actually help you maintain or even elevate your client experience. Now, if any of those sound familiar, it might be time to start thinking about scaling. Okay. Now let's jump into that second part, the shift from agent to leader, because that's actually the biggest challenge through anybody's career, is making the shift from, hey, I'm a solo agent, everything rests on my shoulders, to now I lead other people. And leadership changes everything. Building a team isn't just about hiring help. It's about transforming your role. Because here's the truth. Everything that made you successful as an agent, it will need to take a backseat to leadership. Now, as a team leader, your focus has to shift, right? It shifts from selling houses to developing people. It shifts from daily transactions to strategic growth. It switches from client service to agent support. And here's the big one, letting go of control. I know firsthand how hard it can be to delegate, especially when you're used to doing everything, right? You're used to doing everything yourself, but trust me, the only way to scale, sustainably at least, is to empower others to take on the challenge, to take the lead. And that's not easy. We're used to being top performers. But remember, your success as a leader isn't measured, and this is what gets strange, it isn't measured by how many homes you sell now. It's measured, as a team leader at least, by how many agents you help succeed and hit their goals. Now let's step into that third part, what you need to know. You've already decided, okay, Isaac, I can do this. I'm at that place in my business where I need to be able to start using leverage. I also am committed to and willing to put in the work for becoming a leader. And I know how important that is. Okay, terrific. What's next? All right, let's get started. Right, that's the next thing you got to do. And let's talk about the foundational requirements. Okay. Now, before you start recruiting, you need to build a solid foundation. That's absolute must. Jumping into a team and team building without these elements is a recipe for endless frustration. Now, here's what you need in place. Number one, you need consistent production. You should be closing 25 or more deals a year as a solo agent. Some people say more than 35. But here's the thing. This ensures that you have experience, systems, and financial stability to actually support a team. Okay. Number two is documented systems. I can't overstate this. Your process for lead generation, things like transaction management, and client communication should be clear and repeatable. How you do business needs to be clear and repeatable by your agents. Otherwise, you will end up in that trap of feeling like, oh my goodness, I can't believe Everybody doesn't do it as good as me. Now I have to take the whole weight of the world back onto my shoulders. And why the heck did I start this team in the first place? And you might be watching this video going, that's me, or that wasn't me. I'm here to help you out. One of the best things is having a repeatable, predictable customer service experience every lead, every time, every listing, every time, every closing, every time, every client, every time. If you don't have that, first of all, you don't already have that habit and discipline in your personal business, and then you don't write it down, those are going to be challenges for the people that you're trying to train. Now, if you can't explain how you succeed in your business, you can't teach others, right? Now, that's a big challenge. Now, the next piece is a clear value proposition. You have to have that. Why should someone join your team instead of another's? Whether it's training, lead flow, or mentorship, you need to have the ability to articulate what makes you unique. Because let's be real, chances are you've been asked, like a lot of people that start teams, you've been asked, oh my goodness, can you start a team? I would love to learn from you. I would love to be taught by you, be mentored by you. Maybe you've even successfully mentored some agents. But it's different when you're recruiting to grow a team, when you're focused on team production as opposed to personal production and having a mentee. Those are two different things. So when you're focused on team production, you're going to go out there and recruit, and you're entering into a different world. Now you're competing with other people as opposed to just attracting friends or stuff like that. So the reality is you have to have a value proposition that makes you unique. And by the way, if you think that leads are the only thing that get agents excited and attracted to move into your team, you're wrong. Proven lead generation systems are just as good. In other words, if I give you Facebook leads and maybe even some good Zillow or Realtor.com leads here and there, that's great. And agents love that. If I can give you a system where you work that system and you get consistently a listing every single month because I gave you my for sale by owner system, great. That's just as good, maybe even better than chasing your tail with online leads. So don't discount the fact that if you have a good lead generation system, that's attractive and makes you unique. It's part of your selling proposition. All right, so the next thing you need to think about is financial readiness, right? Because building a team can get expensive up front. Now, here's my best recommendation is that you have 3 to 6 months of operating expenses already saved before you start. Now, depending on the market, you might need more or less, okay? But that's really important that you have those reserves. Now, think of your business like a franchise, okay? Would somebody be able to walk into your office and follow your systems and actually have success? If the answer is no, here's what you got to focus on. You got to focus on building your foundation before you bring on anyone else into your team. 100%. All right, so now that you know all this, is the team right for you? Right? Because you may have made up your decision, but then you saw the financial implications. You go, okay, maybe not. All right. So here's the thing. Is starting a real estate team right for you? Is it the right move? Well, it really comes down to two key questions that I can't answer for you. First is, do you have the desire to actually lead? If you don't have the desire to actually lead, then I think it's kind of already dead in the water, right? Not everybody is passionate about it or even meant to be a team leader, and that's totally okay, by the way. Leadership is about developing people and letting go of the spotlight. And if that excites you, then you're ready. If it doesn't, you're probably not. Now, the next question you got to ask is, are you willing to adapt? Building a team is a learning process. You'll need to do a lot of things that are different, that are difficult. You'll need to embrace change, invest in your own development, and make a ton of mistakes along the way. Now, if your answer to both of these things is yes, then congratulations. You're actually ready, at least mentally, to start this exciting journey. Building a real estate team can be one of the most rewarding steps in your career, but it's not for everyone. Now, if you're serious about actually taking the next steps, there are some resources that I'm about to give you, so listen up. First off, you're going to want to go into the comment section. Drop a comment. Tell me what you're most excited about or what questions you might have about your team. And also, now if you comment team growth, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you access to something called Agent War Room. This is an online community that we're building. We are already pouring into it. We have people jumping in every single day. And what we're doing is we're growing the group, and all we do is provide free training, free value for anybody that wants to join. It doesn't matter if you're part of our brokerage, part of our team, you never heard of us before, you can check out Agent War Room. And also the reason why I say that is because in Agent War Room is where I will be releasing a free version, a free copy of my team growth manifesto. I've grown some of the biggest real estate teams in the entire country, and I'm here to help you do the exact same thing, all for free when you join Agent War Room. Now, go ahead and comment team growth. In addition to that, let's say you're really serious about getting one-on-one help or working with our entire group of people who produce giant teams. Number one team in California actually just came over into Real Estate CEOs. We know what we're doing when it comes to this. So here's what I want to encourage you to do is go in the description. There's a link where you could book one-on-one time with me. Pick my brain. I'm going to give you 30 minutes absolutely free to ask me any question you want about launching your team, or maybe you already have a team and you just need a little bit of guidance. I'm here to help. Go into that description below, click that link, book some one-on-one time with me. I'll see you on the other side. Until next time, happy selling, and let's start building that team.